Grand Strand is home to beautiful beaches, immaculate golf courses, exciting nightlife, and fun activities for all ages. Unfortunately, not every day is a day at the beach, but legal help is always within your reach. You need an experienced attorney working to secure the best possible outcome for you. When legal issues threaten to cloud your day at the beach, contact the law firm of McCutchen, Mumford, Vaught, O'Day, and Geddie today, and let us assist you with your claim.
We are your lawyers at the beach.
Welcome back to Carolina & Company Live. That's what we're talking about. Your lawyers at the beach, McCutchen, Mumford, Vaught, O'Day, and Geddie. And today we're talking about auto insurance.
And that is a big deal, I'm telling you. Now, Gene, what I want to know is what insurance coverage is required? What do you have to have if you have an automobile?
Well, in South Carolina, we have mandatory limits that are required. And as you know, if you've had the misfortune of being in an accident or maybe look back in your rear view and seen a blue light and get pulled over, one of the first things that officer is going to ask you for after your license and registration is proof of insurance. And that's because it is required in South Carolina. You're required to carry at least $25,000. That's what we call minimum limits coverage. That's there to protect or provide for the other party in the event of an accident and you're at fault. You're also required to carry something called uninsured motorist coverage in South Carolina.
And what's that?
Yeah, well,
uninsured motorist coverage is there to protect you in the event that the person you're involved in that accident with is not insured, okay? I just said that it's mandatory that you carry liability insurance, but not everybody does, and we have a lot of people that are riding around out there that don't have insurance. So if you're in an accident, it's the other person's fault, they're not insured, your uninsured coverage kicks in and covers that claim, and that is mandated by South Carolina law, and it also must be at least $25,000, and that's different from something we call underinsured, which sounds a lot like it, but it's not the same thing.
Right. Now, there are a lot of different types of coverage.
Yes, sir. With the uninsured, as I told you, it was required by South Carolina law. Liability coverage is required. Underinsured is an optional coverage. It's something that you don't have to have by law, but the insurance company must offer it to you in writing. And if you choose not to accept it, you've got to reject it in writing. Underinsured differs from uninsured in that if you get into an accident with someone and it's their fault, they have liability coverage. Maybe they've just got that minimum limits coverage we talked about, $25,000. But maybe you had serious injuries and you've got medical expenses of $50,000. What's going to happen? That liability carrier is going to write you a check for $25,000, and then you're going to be left holding the bag unless you have underinsured coverage, which will kick in and pay the difference up to the amount of your coverage limits.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so it's kind of protection for you there.
Absolutely. And although it's optional, I always recommend people get underinsured coverage because we have so many people out there driving around who only have that minimum limit $25,000 coverage, and that goes very fast.
Sure. Oh, yeah, with the medical bills especially.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that.
You got to do that.
And then is there anything else out there that people should look for or get as far as insurance goes?
A lot of policies carry what's called medical payments coverage, or sometimes it's referred to as PIP, personal injury protection. It can be anything from $1,500 on up to about $10,000. That's coverage you can purchase that helps you with your medical expenses regardless of fault, and that's something that I always recommend along with rental coverage, storage, towing fees, things like that.
Okay. All right.
Now, you can find out more about these guys. Legal advice at WPD.com. Send us something. If you want us to ask them a question, we can do that. They're on every Tuesday right here.
That's right, and you can visit yourlawyersatthebeach.com for more details and to get in touch with these guys. Stick with us. We'll be right back in just a moment.